guess we're going to open this up for questions for any of these guys right here, and the floor is open, I guess. You want to?
So guys, I was going to say, if you could raise your hand and then I'll call on you to ask the talent questions, that would be great.
We have another mic if you need some. How's that?
Check, check. What's up, guys? How you doing? Good. Very good. Thank you. Yes, sir. You in the back.
Randy, how does it compare to where you started when you started as developmental?
That's an awesome question, Dusty. When I first started WWE developmental, it was in Louisville, Kentucky, in OVW. We had one ring. It was in an old, like, World War II, like, ammunitions factory. As crazy as that sounds, it was torn up. I mean, it wasn't up to code, that was for sure. The ring was dangerous to work in. It was just not the best conditions, you know, and I hate to sound like I'm complaining because, you know, I learned a lot down there, I really did, but this is my first time, just 10 minutes ago, stepping in this facility, and I mean, it's amazing. Back on the other side there, I don't know if you guys got a chance to see over there, they have 3 rings. It's just such a big difference having that many rings. 4 rings total, 1 in the trailer. They got 5 rings to train in. You know, if you got 20 guys sitting on the floor at practice watching 2 guys in the ring, 4 guys in the ring, what have you, if it's a tag match, you know, not a lot of guys are getting ring time. The more rings, the more ring time. And then, you know, you just accelerate the learning process. And that's what they're doing down here. And I think they got, about 40 some odd developmentals. And I mean, that's just great for them. So it's night and day from when I started, just 7 or 8 years ago to now, and this is amazing. It's an amazing facility, and I'm very happy for these guys down here because they got the best of the best. It's the best place to learn their craft.
Question?
Can you hear it? I can hear you guys hear. Jack, I'm just curious, coming from your amateur background, what the transition was like and the success you had on the amateur level. Did you feel you were grasping the transition as fast as you expected, or was it more difficult?
The training and transition really wasn't all too different from what I grew up doing. A lot of the same techniques and disciplines you use in either format of wrestling, and you know, the background definitely helps you catch on, and you know, the way you move and the way you react to certain things. So it's really not all that different. It's just you know, in this sport, there's actually a crowd that cares about it.
Did any of y'all play the game or haven't played it?
I was over in Germany, in London, and we had a similar function, and I was able to play the game. I forget what system it was on, but it was amazing. I mean, even since last year, the graphics is what jumped out at me. I saw my ring entrance, and you know, all the other games before, you know, it was so realistic. But the part that jumped out at me the most was the graphics, and you know, watching my ring entrance and how close it was to me. Just little things like the way, you know, I walk, and just the way I, you know, had my bounce left to right, or you know, an eyebrow might do a little, you know, up and down action. You guys, you know, hit it to a T. You know, it's perfect. It's amazing.
This is my first time being in a video game. I know Randy's been in several of them, but I didn't get a chance to play it, and actually it was really cool. The whole process was really neat for me to get scanned and to have THQ really work closely with us to make the likeness of our characters really, really great. And I tell you, I was really taken aback, and it was just really, really cool to see how well they captured all of the characters, and to see my own for the first time was an amazing experience. It's one of the great perks of this job, so it's really, really fun.
You have to tell me what that's like.
Please,
Hey, signature moves play a real predominant role in WWE broadcasts, and in this new game they've given gamers the opportunity to create their own finishing moves. How do you guys see that in terms of its value to the game as relates to the importance of your signature moves on the broadcast?
I think it's huge, you know, that and the creating your own character feature, I think is pretty popular too. That's like one of the more popular features, right? Just like my brother plays a lot of video games, and a lot of my friends, you know, are in the games, they get it, and they end up getting really into it. Like I know the Wii version, I tried once, and you lock yourself in a room for 10 hours just to learn all the controls. It's crazy, but you know, they got it down to a T. But that creative player and the fact that they have more finishing moves, you know, I know it's huge to them, the gamers, what have you. Like for me, for instance, I got my RKO, but then you guys added this year the kick to the head, boom, you know, so I got 2 finishing moves, and I think that's huge. Like when I played Mortal Kombat back on, you know, Sega, Genesis, and Game Gear back, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, you would work towards getting that finishing move in. So that's kind of, you know, the whole point. You know, you want to beat the guy with that move, and if that's the one move you can beat him with, you know, you're going to work for that. So the fact that you have more to choose from, and you know, the opportunity to create your own, then it has to make it all more interesting.
Right.
And I think like a lot of our fans like take pride in keeping with the most updated moveset for all of us wrestlers. Like I know like at the time the game was made, I wasn't using the Glam Slam as a finish, and with a creative wrestler, like you can alter, make your own creative wrestler, and you know, give them the most updated moves for all of the fans that really want to keep it as accurate as possible. So I think it's really cool for all the years that I've been making creative wrestlers until this year, Jake. So you can make yourself and make it as accurate as possible. It's awesome.
Don't be shy or anything. Go ahead.
How much input do you have on your characters coming out with the game? And you've seen it before, so do you have some input later on and saying, hey, can you try this, can you do that?
They're definitely open to anything you suggest as far as, you know, the creativity of your character and the, you know, the different, you know, arenas of the game. As far as, you know, getting down to it, when we meet with THQ, you know, they do a photo scan. Like for me, for instance, I got the new tattoos, so they're going to have to go back to the shop and start all over there. But, you know, all the way down to the T. You know, they take the pictures and make sure they get your likenesses, you know, exact as they can. But as far as like, you know, the movements and things like that, I think they have video to help them there. You know, we only get to see them a certain amount of time. You know, when we're in, you know, whatever city, they bring in the trucks and they come in and they talk to us. So they have about an hour per talent that they're with. And then again, if you're doing dialogue for, you know, voiceovers and stuff for the game, you have an opportunity to talk to them then. So that's when you can share ideas. And they're definitely open to all those things. But I think if they watch the show, which of course they do, and, you know, they get everything down how they want in the game, you know, they're going to do it how you do it on the show. So it's pretty self-explanatory to them, but they're definitely open for those ideas and thoughts on you and your character.
Randy, how close are you to President Medical Player to return?
I'm very close, actually. Very, very close.
Go ahead.
So this is more, I know a lot of your success during the single.
you
Hey,
talking to
what
me?
are you doing? What do you got?
What are you doing here? You recognize him?
What's that?
It's that creepy guy that was asking me questions about Diva Dish. It's weird.
Your questions, sir.
So this is about the tag team feature. I know a lot of your success in the ring has been, you know, as a single superstar. So if you had to choose a tag team opponent in the game, who would you choose as your tag team opponent? And also choosing a superstar to play, who would you also choose besides yourself?
I would like to team with Rey Mysterio. You know, he's so cute and tiny. I can just pick him up and throw him on people, and I don't really have to do anything. Just kind of, you know, I don't know. And then I'd like to play as Beth Phoenix. Yes, she's a good friend of mine.
Shucks. Aw.
Yeah.
Keep
Can I
going.
answer your
No,
question,
seriously,
Ben?
tell me more about myself.
No more questions.